Why is the United States ramping up military operations in the Southern Caribbean? The answer lies in the sudden reactivation of Cold War-era infrastructure that has been dormant for decades. The Roosevelt Roads Naval Station in Puerto Rico, once the largest U.S. naval base in the world, closed in 2004, but now reports show it's rapidly coming back online. The military is transforming this former civilian area into a forward operating base capable of hosting aircraft, ships, and Marines. Meanwhile, the Henry E. Rolson Airport in the U.S. Virgin Islands is no longer just a hub for tourists. It is being converted into a logistics center capable of handling heavy military transport from tanks to cargo planes. Why is all this happening now? Two major triggers are pushing the U.S. into action. First, Russia and China. Intelligence reports suggest both nations are not merely visiting Venezuela, they're trying to establish permanent military footholds. The U.S. sees this as a direct threat to its sphere of influence, a violation of the Monroe Doctrine that cannot be ignored. Second, oil. The U.S. Coast Guard has been intercepting tankers leaving Venezuelan waters, choking off the regime's revenue. These are the precursors to a broader campaign meant to weaken the government before any open conflict. Already, U.S. forces are in position near Puerto Rico. The USS Jason Dunham, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, isn't just armed with guided missiles, it's an electronic warfare platform, jamming Venezuelan communications and coastal radars. The USS Stockdale acts as a shield, equipped with Aegis missile defense systems to intercept any incoming threats. But the real sign of an impending invasion is the USS Iwo Jima, a massive amphibious assault ship designed to land waves of Marines on hostile beaches. The U.S. isn't approaching only from the north. The island nation of Trinidad and Tobago is being used to seal the southern exit, blocking Venezuelan fast boats and submarines from escaping to the Atlantic. The USS Gravely patrols the Gulf of Paria, while a Ticonderoga-class cruiser coordinates air defense for the entire operation. With forward bases reactivated and specialized ships in position, the U.S. appears poised for rapid action. But what happens once the first strike is launched?
Ships are powerful, but slow. The U.S. strategy relies on air power for the opening salvo. B-52 Stratofortress bombers can fire cruise missiles from the continental United States and return without touching Caribbean soil. B-1 Lancer supersonic bombers strike fast, flying low to take out hardened targets before anyone notices. Roosevelt Roads becomes critical for tactical aircraft, allowing MQ-9 Reaper drones to loiter over Venezuelan territory for hours, tracking mobile missile launchers and neutralizing them with precision strikes. Meanwhile, F-35 stealth fighters penetrate air defenses to destroy S-300 batteries, clearing the way for conventional aircraft. Special forces will be inserted via V-22 Ospreys from both Puerto Rico and amphibious ships, operating behind enemy lines to target critical infrastructure. KC-130 aerial refueling tankers allow jets to remain over the combat zone for extended periods, while C-17 cargo planes ferry tanks, ammunition, and troops to sustain the campaign. The amphibious assault is reinforced by a network of destroyers, cruisers, and submarines. The USS Stockdale shields the fleet, while the Jason Dunham disrupts communications. Submarines silently patrol the coast, prepared for long-range missile strikes or covert reconnaissance. Every vessel, plane, and drone is synchronized for maximum impact, making it a highly coordinated operation. But even with overwhelming U.S. firepower, Venezuela has strategies of its own, forces and tactics that could turn a quick strike into a prolonged struggle.
Venezuela may lack advanced technology, but it has geography, local knowledge, and asymmetric tactics. Coastal defenses, missile batteries, and urban strongholds are reinforced by millions of militia members, ready to delay and disrupt invading forces. Fast attack boats, submarines, and guerrilla-style operations complicate U.S. naval and aerial dominance, exploiting narrow channels and dense jungles. Cartels embedded within the military further hinder operations, using smuggling networks and civilian cover to evade surveillance. Every port, river, and coastal inlet becomes a potential trap. Venezuelan air defenses, including mobile S-300 batteries, force U.S. forces to plan precision attacks while avoiding counterstrikes. Russia adds a new layer of complexity, supplying long-range loitering drones capable of striking airfields, radar stations, and logistical hubs. This asymmetric threat means that even with superior firepower, the U.S. must anticipate unexpected attacks that could disrupt operations and extend the conflict. With both sides deploying cutting-edge technology and unconventional tactics, the Caribbean could become a high-stakes theater where every decision counts, and mistakes could be catastrophic.
The likely conflict is not just a blockade, it's a full-spectrum confrontation. U.S. forces aim to dismantle the regime, neutralize drug networks, and assert dominance, while Venezuela seeks to delay, disrupt, and inflict friction. Nuclear-powered attack submarines gather intelligence, threaten key targets, and deter foreign reinforcements from Russia or Iran. Poseidon aircraft extend the U.S. eyes and ears, tracking movements and coordinating strikes. Venezuelan forces combine conventional military resistance with militia networks and cartels using asymmetric warfare. Fast boats, improvised defenses, and guerrilla tactics could slow U.S. advances, forcing prolonged engagement and strategic recalibration. Russia's drone technology adds further unpredictability, capable of precision strikes on critical targets. Every move is critical, submarines lurking in silence, Marines landing on hostile beaches, drones circling over command centers, all create a dynamic battlefield where dominance is never guaranteed. The U.S. may have technological superiority, but Venezuela's hybrid strategy, knowledge of the terrain, and allied support create a complex challenge. The Caribbean is a hotspot of global tension, with U.S. forces poised for rapid strikes and Venezuela ready to resist using unconventional strategies backed by international allies. The coming weeks could redefine regional power. The question isn't just whether war will happen, it's how both sides adapt when every strike, every move, and every miscalculation could escalate into a full-blown confrontation.